It's Self-Care Saturday, everyone, and I, for one, just finished one of my spa treatments, my brows with Hanifa and Lush, and I'm reminded of how many of you have lost sight of the importance of prioritizing self. Many of you have, and often, put your role, your jobs, before yourselves, forgetting that you yourself are what shows up to fit these roles. Today, I just want to remind you of the importance of prioritizing self-care, prioritizing self, committing to self, being loyal to self first. Many of you right now are home thinking about what it is that you have to do for this upcoming week, thinking about that team that you want to promote or manage their behaviors, maybe conflicting behaviors, or just behaviors that aren't pleasing or conducive to your work environment. You're thinking about those colleagues who you have to sit amongst. And although you all hold leadership titles in some way or the other, you feel as though many of them forget that you all are on the level playing field. So you're trying to figure out how you're now going to manage that meeting, as well as just remain functioning in the operational capacity of your role. Today, I need you to be clear on who is mending these rules, and it's you. Many of you don't even know who you are anymore. Yep, you know your Tina, the CEO. You know your Tina that runs that team. You know your Tina that the community looks up to. You know your Tina that signs the check. You know your Tina that opens and closes. You know your Tina that hires and fires. You know your Tina that probably runs a board. You know your Tina. All of these things, you know who you are in the role in which you play. But who are you as the personal Tina or Sarah or Sally or Jane? Who are you? That's what I want you to think about today. The next thing I want you to think about is, what is it that you as an individual will want to do for yourself, to find yourself, to remind yourself that it's you that's running all of these separate rules. So during your thought process today about how you're going to run that organization, whether it be yours or someone else's, I also want you to think about that you, that person on the inside, that child, that teen, that adult on the inside of you who always wanted to do A, B, C, and D. And now because you're in that role, you're subjected to constant, maybe insomnia, might be drinking wine often to cope. It may be just various things you're doing that you're sitting there saying, wow, outside of this role, who am I? I'm going to meeting after meeting. I walk in as the boss, the CEO. But who am I? I walk amongst people in the community and I hold my head high because I know if the expectation, they're going to say, that's CEO, that's manager, that's... But what about them just saying and knowing Tina, that person that may want to hibernate, that person that takes her time to travel alone, that person that goes home and just takes everything off, every bit of her mask. You know, that's a video I used to do every week for a few years on my other page, Under Construction, domestic violence page, removing the mask. How many of you are willing to remove your mask? Some of you don't even know how to. You've been wearing this mask, your royal mask, for so long. I recently read an article that spoke to 75% of staff who are actively seeking new roles. 75% of staff. And that's 75% of your staff, great staff. So while you're mending all of these roles, living up to this role and walking amongst the earth in this role, many of those people under your wing are seeking other roles. in other establishments. All while you don't even know who you are anymore. If you are seeking to find out more about who you are and how to balance being happy you, fulfilled you, and fulfill your role, call me, send me a message, email me. It's just that simple. Most of my clients who initially start out with me with the mindset that, what am I going to do here? I just need to get this person straight. I just have a staff member that's giving me a lot of difficulty, only to find out that they're now enjoying who they are. So on this Saturday, while I take a break and just look out into the ocean, because I can, I'm reminded to remind all of you that in spite of me being an entrepreneur, a leader, and whatever other things the titles people choose to give me, I'm Tina, and I'm enjoying me. I enjoy who I am. I enjoy being the best, greatest part of me that I can be. I enjoy being to myself. That's one of the most important things. I enjoy being to myself. And I enjoy being able to remove my mask. I enjoy being humble. I enjoy forgetting sometimes the role in which I play amongst many of my clients. But what's most important is that I enjoy being able to balance who I am as a person and the role in which I play in people's lives.